So this right here is my dad's 2016 Ram 3500 Turbo Cummins diesel, flatbed obviously. And this is the one that started everything. Now, when we bought this truck, or when my dad bought this truck, he went to a fleet dealership. Asked me for prices, I'm not sure. If you really want to know, you can just go to a fleet dealership and find out. And a few features that this truck has over my truck, I'm not gonna turn it on, I'm just gonna put it in run mode, is it has this dome light with the spotlight pointed down to right here to the cup holders, which is awesome. And it also has like somewhat of a touchscreen radio. Now, mind you, my truck is the same. Well, it's a 2017, it's a Tradesman edition, which we love because, you know, leather seats, whatever these are, and they come with vinyl floors. So, you know, we can jump in here, muddy boots, all wet and all that crazy stuff, you know, from being outside and working hard, and nothing bad will happen. That's how it is. Now, you might have seen, let me rotate the camera here in a second. Now, not you might have seen, I made an emphasis on the video of showing you the front passenger side, where the grill is, how it's crunched up a little bit. Now, what had happened there, it was a very uneventful day. It was not our fault. And what had happened was we were loading 2 containers. My dad was riding with my mom, and they had Big Tex loaded to them with White Dove, and I was riding with my older brother, so I had White Owl hooked up to my Loadmax trailer. And we had 2 40-foot containers going from Houston to Corpus Christi. Now, what had happened was my dad, you know, me and my brother helped him strap down so he can go and, you know, get a little bit ahead of us. So he took off, and then me and my brother strapped up. And then when we're riding down the road, let's say about 20 minutes, we didn't even, actually 10 minutes, we didn't even leave the Houston area when my mom calls me and tells me, hey, someone just hit us. You know, it was like a 3-car collision or whatever. And, you know, we're pulled over. So we're waiting for the police to come and, you know, all that situation. As me being, you know, their son, me and my older brother, you know, we didn't rush, but we kind of like got there a little bit quicker. And we noticed a bunch of traffic starting to pile up, and we're like, oh, this is where it's at. So, you know, we went to go see if my parents were okay. I got out the truck like a dummy, work boots on, running on the shoulder of a 59, and trying to get to my parents to see if everything was okay. You know, you think the worst when you get a phone call, hey, I got in a car accident. So, you know, I go, and what's the funny thing is my brother is like beside me with the truck. I got out the truck for no reason. But anyways, so when we got to the scene, there was my White Dove, and then there was 2 more vehicles involved, and there was a 3rd vehicle too that hit and then ran. So the situation was, from my understanding in the police report that they made, was that there was this car, because on 59, there's like, it's like a 4-lane, I believe 5-lane, I don't remember exactly. And my parents were like, this is the fast lane, then lane 1, 2, 3, 4, closest to the median's 1. My parents were in lane 2, and, you know, they were just cruising normal speeds. And then in lane 3, there was this random car stopped. Completely stopped, not moving whatsoever. No E-lights, nothing, just dead stop. And if you're from Texas, you know, everybody speeds. Not everybody, most people speed. And the speed limit is about 65. My parents were hauling a container. They were going about 65, 60. You know, you can't really go fast with a container. So my dad was approaching this vehicle, and he was in lane 2. This vehicle was in lane 3. So my dad was cruising, and out of nowhere, this black, all tinted, like limo tinted Malibu cuts off my dad. These are big trucks. A container weighs roughly 10,000 pounds. You're not stopping on a dime. What my dad had told me, and what was on the report, was, you know, he slammed on his brakes. You can't just swing to the left or swing to the right. You swing too fast, you could topple over, tip over. So what had ended happening was my dad just slammed on the brakes, and this Malibu came. The driver's side, the driver door, my dad literally just rammed it. It's not my dad's fault. But this Malibu had also hit 2 other cars in that haste of him trying to avoid this vehicle that wasn't moving. So after that, you know, police showed up, we showed up. They asked my dad if he could move the truck off the highway, which the truck was still running, but the crazy thing was that the steering wheel had to be a complete 180 for it to drive straight. The person who hit us had hit the passenger tire, I guess, hard enough as to where it bent one of the rods, or I don't know specifically what it's called, but it bent them as to where the steering wheel had to be upside down for it to drive straight. So, you know, we pulled away where the officers told us so we can meet up and talk with everybody. The crazy thing is, the person my dad collided with took off. Nobody understands exactly how he made it like another 2 miles down 59, because I'll probably put in some pictures maybe towards the end or somewhere around here, that the impact that my dad gave that car, nobody really understands how the driver kept moving. And also, I think he was running on 2 flats or something like that. I don't remember the exact details, but gratefully, someone saw the accident and they chased this person. Not, you know, I don't know exactly, but they chased them, got the make and model, and got their license plate. So, you know, we had their information, and then whoever chased them came back and gave it to one of the other 2 people who got involved in the accident. So then, you know, we were waiting at in the gas station where they told us to pull off, and I had stayed with my dad, and my brother and my mom hopped in White Owl, drove to our lot, disconnected the trailer, then came back to pick up the Loadmax trailer to continue on the trip. So the cops talked to us, and then apparently 10-15 minutes later they found the vehicle, and it was hooked up to a tow truck. They brought it back, you know, so they can visually confirm if this was the vehicle that had hit us. So everybody said yes, it was the vehicle. And the crazy thing is, this Malibu, it was full, all black, full limo tint all around. And once the car pulled up, the officer opened the door, and it smelled straight like marijuana. And when they opened the door, you could see that they had ripped the center console open, the glove box, everything. So more than likely, you know, they were hiding stuff, and they didn't want to get caught. That's why they took off. So they took everything out of the vehicle and, in a sense, just ran for it. Apparently the police never saw them running or didn't see who it was or anything like that. So, you know, can't do anything about that. And the other crazy thing was, they went through the person's information, the owner of the vehicle, because we don't know if it was the owner who was the one driving or not. But the person who owns the vehicle did not have insurance. So the officers told us, you know, gave us the information of the owner, and they're like, you can, you know, take it to court and figure it out. Or in a sense, you could just, you know, go through your insurance, or just bite the bullet and try to fix it the best you can. So mind you, this happened on a Friday. So me and my brother, my brother came back after offloading Big Tex with the container here on our lot, went back to pick up the Loadmax, and then my mom and my dad took White Owl and Loadmax to go finish the trip to go to Corpus Christi. We called the broker that had given us the load, told them the situation. They're like, yeah, it's you know, it sucks, but it's fine. Y'all can go deliver on Monday. So my parents went to go deliver that. Me and my brother, we immediately went into action. We went to an alignment shop to see, you know, if we can get it somewhat aligned, and we did get it somewhat aligned, and for them to point out which parts were bad. They kind of pointed out which parts were bad, and we didn't have a headlight either. So my first thought process was, let's figure out what we can do to make this truck road legal again so we can keep hauling with it. So me and my brother, we used to work at a Chevy Dodge or Chevy GM dealership, and right next door was a Mopar dealership. And, you know, they were owned by the same people, so, you know, we got along with both sides. And we called and we told them somewhat the situation. They hooked us up with a brand new headlight. Not hooked us up, you know, we still have to pay for it and all that stuff. But, you know, they're like, we got one in stock. We'll hold it for you. Come through. And we did that. So we went through, picked up the new headlight. And between just me and my brother, my dad also, and in about between Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think part of Monday as well, we got the truck fixed as best we could, which is what you see over there. And we also got the truck realigned, because there was also another part at the bottom that was pretty bent that I replaced. And, you know, we did all this so we can keep on trucking. So, in the end, that's the story of White Dove and why it's crunched up on the passenger side. Now, why haven't we bought a new bumper? We eventually plan on buying a ranch hand for it, so in case, God forbid, another situation like that happens, the ranch hand can take most of the hit, if all the hit, and then, you know, we can continue trucking, and, you know, we won't have to mess with insurance or having to bite the bullet again because somebody else was not smart enough to get insurance. So, yeah, that's the story of White Dove and what happened to the front passenger side and why it's crumpled. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I might be doing these little story times, you know, of stuff that I can't record or haven't recorded before I started doing YouTube and stuff like that. Let me know what you think. Yeah, so that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, follow the Instagram, all that good stuff. Thank you. Y'all have a good one.